Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're installing the Propex HS2000 heater into our Escapade camper. If you want to check out the unboxing video, there's a link in the description below the video. The Escapade comes with a perfect spot to install this heater. So the reason why this is a perfect spot for the heater, it fits in here perfectly. This space is kind of wasted for us. It's kind of small. We can't fit too much in there. It's not easily accessible, and it makes it super easy for the heater to hook up to our propane tank. Since we mounted a propane tank right next to it, it's easy to just run the hose right out this door and hook it up. So first thing I want to say is keep in mind, I'm doing this as a do-it-yourself project. This is not a how-to. I'm not licensed to do any of this stuff, so I can't tell you how to do it. This just is an FYI, I guess. So, anywho, this is the equipment that I'm using to install the heater. First, you're gonna need a two-stage propane regulator. The heater is a low pressure appliance, so you need to regulate the propane pressure. The gas connection on the heater is a British thread, so I went on Mcmaster-Carr and bought a British thread to I guess American thread fitting, so we can hook it up to a propane hose. There is gas line thread tape, so you need this so your gas line just doesn't leak gas all over the place. I'm using a Mr. Heater propane extension hose so I can connect to this regulator and then right up to the heater. And then just for our own convenience, I bought a Y splitter for the propane so we can use the heater and a stove at the same time. And a nice plus to it, it has a little gauge there so you can tell how much propane you have left. So one thing I also bought is this fire barrier sealant. So this will go around the vents on the bottom of the heater. And you have to use fire barrier because you don't want the regular silicone to melt, and this is rated to go right up against that hot exhaust pipe. So the first thing that we're going to do is kind of dry fit the heater in here just to make sure that nothing underneath is going to get in the way of drilling holes for the exhaust pipes. So the heater comes with this little template that we can set in there and know where we're going to mark our holes and drill them. So we're going to dry fit that, and then once we get it dry fit and measured out, I'm going to drill some holes for the exhaust pipes and get it fit in there and see how it goes. So here's our template. I set this inside the little cubby hole, got it measured out to where we need it to go. I use this little poker tool to go right through the template so I knew where to drill my holes in the floor. And I used a 1.5 inch hole saw, you can see there, and went ahead and drilled our holes. Once I got these in, as you can see through the hole here, this is where the cross member is for the leveler jacks. So to compensate for that and the exhaust pipe, I'm just using 2x4s to raise up the heater a little bit, and that allows for the exhaust pipe to come out of these holes properly. So I'm going to go ahead and get this dry fit in and kind of show you what it looks like. So here's our heater. As you can see, it comes with these little mounting feet so you can mount it to the bottom of the camper. These are the this is the exhaust pipe, this is the air inlet, so that's what goes through the bottom of the heater. You can see I already attached our propane hose with the yellow tape so it doesn't leak. So we'll go ahead and dry fit this in here. You can also see I've got the exhaust pipe through the hole so we can see that everything fits. So let's go ahead and get this dry fitted in here. So it fits in there pretty well. We just got to go up into the cubby and flip him around. And then the exhaust pipe, we can kind of dry fit that on there. It comes with some hose clamps, but for now we'll just stick him right on there. See that it fits. So you can see it fits nicely in this little cubby hole. We've got our gas line that comes out here, and then we've got plenty of room for our heat vent pipe to come off of here, and then we'll go straight up the corner with it. You'll see the exhaust pipe come out. And you can see why I had to lift up the heater just the size of a 2x4. The exhaust pipe hole kind of goes over where this cross member is. So it raises it up just enough so we can get that in there. So next I'll go ahead and get the wiring ran for this so I can make a small little hole in here and get our electrical line up to the front for connection to the battery. I've got the battery cable ran from where we're installing the heater up to the front of the camper. So I just followed the existing wiring that we did. Originally zip tied it underneath the frame of the trailer and then brought it up in the cubby here. So the next thing I did is I attached the 2x4s to the bottom of the camper so these won't move around once we get the heater installed. And then I cut around where I drilled the holes for the outlets just so I know that where the exhaust comes out that we know this isn't going to melt. And then I stapled it around the edges just so we won't have any issues with this coming up over time. The next thing I'm going to do is dry fit the heater again, make sure that our exhaust vent will fit through this corner here, and then start getting the wires hooked up, the vents underneath the camper, and then we'll go from there. The Propex comes with some hose clamps to connect the exhaust pipe and the intake pipe. I think the easiest way to do this is to connect these first and then drop the heater into the camper. But you can see here there's a hose clamp for the exhaust and a hose clamp for the intake. There's also a hose clamp so when you put your heat pipe that goes into the camper, you can clamp that on there and the pipe won't come off. So I got the heater all mounted up in the little cubby here. It's nice and sturdy. I just used some screws that go through those little brackets that I showed earlier. I also got the vent pipe all connected. It was a little difficult because it's a pretty tight fit down here in the corner, but it did go on, and then you just use this hose clamp to keep it on there so it doesn't come off. On the side of the furnace here, this actually turned out really well. So there's a couple of star bits that you need to take out, screws I mean, and then use a star bit to get them out. And then you can open that right up. And then this is where your thermostat and your electrical wire connect to. So on the back of the camper, you'll see the heater down in that cubby. And then back in the corner is where I ran the heat vent. This is kind of temporary for now. We just want to see if this will work for us, but it goes up through the corner and then it goes towards where the pass-throughs for the galley are. So we can just open up that door and have the vent go right through there and blow heat into the camper. So I've got the thermostat wire and the power wire connected. These are super easy to do. They only go on one way. So you just clip them in there and they clip in with these little white clips there. They come with these little rubber grommets that you can see there, and they just slip right into these existing little cutouts. So then we'll go ahead and stick the cover back on and then get these wires ran. So I've got the wiring all kind of finished here. I didn't cut anything short. I didn't want to cut it until we knew everything was kind of permanent in here. So I've just got a roll of wire here, and it's butt connected to the wires that we ran to the front of the camper. I've got everything sealed up, and then the gas pipe is here connected to the regulator, which we can connect to the gas tank, and then I will show you up front. So in the front of the camper, I installed a switch right along the other two switches here that we've installed. The reason why I put in a switch is so the heater isn't always connected to power, so it's not draining on the battery, and we don't have it accidentally turning on in the middle of the night when we don't need to in the summer or when it's warm enough. So along with all the other wiring we've done, I've connected it to the fuse block here. Everything is grounded to the ground terminals there. So in the back of the camper, you can see the two pass-throughs that go to the galley. Temporarily, we're going to use the heater like this with the hose just coming through there. We just want to make sure this is going to work for us, and then I'll probably permanently put a vent here, and then maybe I'll put a return air underneath of that. And you can see the thermostat wire just comes through there as well, and then here's the thermostat. So just to kind of show you what I did underneath the camper, it's not the prettiest thing ever, but you can see that red fire rated silicone there, and it goes around both pipes. You don't really need it on the intake pipe here because this doesn't get hot, but the exhaust does. This stuff is really goopy, so it's really good for sealing underneath here anyway, and we're not going to see it, so I use quite a bit there. So the exhaust pipe comes out basically right under, or right underneath of the balance jacks, and then over those you'll see it come along here. I made sure it is not touching the wood underneath the camper. It comes with these two clamps here so you can attach it to the metal frame of the camper. The exhaust comes out kind of where the hitch is, right underneath of it, so it stays out of the way and you don't really see it when you're standing behind the camper. But you want to make sure that this exhaust comes out past the edge of the camper so it's not blowing anything underneath of it and getting stuck under the camper. As far as the intake goes, it just kind of runs along the frame and then it faces straight down. If you can see that right there, and it faces straight down so no water gets up in that, and it's nice and hidden underneath of the frame of the trailer there. So you can see the little gas gauge that I've got here. It does show that we have gas, so that's kind of handy. What's nice about this is you can turn this on and not worry about these expelling gas, because there is a little valve inside of there that doesn't let any gas out until you hook something up to it. So let's go ahead and take our gas line, screw it on, basically just like any appliance. Make sure that's nice and tight. And again, yellow thread tape so nothing leaks. We can turn that guy on. You can see the gas is showing good there. So let's go ahead and give the heater a try. I mean, it's pretty warm out, but if you turn this thing on full blast, I think it'll come on. We want to make sure that we turn the heater to the little gas guy. So there we go. Nothing comes on yet because we don't have the thermostat turned up. So let's go ahead and turn this up all the way. So it is cool enough for this thing to come on. Now it's not too loud. I think it kind of has a nice white noise to it. So it should be pretty easy to sleep with that. Propex does make an insulated pipe that should cut down on the noise, but I can't hear the heater itself. The only thing I really hear is the air coming out. So this little green light means it has successful ignition. So right now it is burning propane. You can kind of hear the fan turn up a little bit. And we have warm air. Again, I'll have to find somewhere to mount this guy temporarily till we figure out where we kind of really want to put everything. We do have a camping trip coming up in a couple weeks up in the mountains, so this will be amazing. Now, once you shut this down, ooh yeah, that's real warm. Once you shut this down, so we'll turn it to off. The fan will keep running until it purges all of that propane that's in the unit out of the exhaust under the camper. Now that this is running, let's go ahead and head outside of the camper and see what it sounds like. So here's our exhaust, and I can feel some heat coming out of there. This is the combustion exhaust, so this is the stuff that you don't want coming inside the camper. So it's not too loud. And if we go over by the unit here, it's just making a little bit of noise. If we close this up a little bit, then you really don't hear it. And there's still a little gap here so it can recirculate air. So that's the installation of the Propex heater into our Escapade camper. The main reason why we did get the Escapade is we can do all these customizations and things to it. And with this little cubby here, it makes it super awesome for a little heater like this. So everything after testing it is working really great. It is pretty warm outside today. We'll have to see how it turns out when it's cool outside. So anywho, if you have any questions for us, just leave some in the comments below. Otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one.